but it said Y&T across the top. So, you know, that was interesting. That was about the only real takeaway that I took from it, other than the album is bad and I'll probably never listen to it. But anyway, that is what I ventured out to see. I was a little disappointed with the movie. I was definitely disappointed with the music. But that being said, I figure we should play some of the music. What do you think?
Sure, why not?
We'll do it this way. Let me get it on the screen here. I'll skip the ones that we've heard, because there's no reason to listen to those, right? We know we don't like Tipping Point.
Yeah.
We know we don't like I Don't Care. So the third song is the first one that people have not heard yet. This is called Hey God. And yeah, well, you tell me what you think of this. Here we go. It just goes on and on. Thoughts?
Is that a Bon Jovi cover?
What the hell you fighting for? Well, now all of the bullshit's gone. It's not. That's about the Bon Jovi song, right? Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey, God, do you still care about me? Something like that. Yeah, yeah. It's very below average Megadeth, I would say. Yes.
Hey, that is for some reason that song sounds like a cover.
I don't think it is. I think it's an original Boss Hitbound single.
All right. Well,
moving along, we've heard Let There Be Shred. We know that's a jewel. Puppet Parade. That's a jewel. So let's go to Another Bad Day, which is pretty appropriate for my day Thursday going to see this fucking movie. All right, here we go. I don't know if you picked up on it, but it is another bad day.
yeah, it is another bad day.
Could he be more repetitive and lame?
These songs with the repetitive lyrics is just like filling time or something.
Yeah, it's lazy.
Yeah, there's no creative anything there, because just repetitive lines.
Mm-hmm. And this is so, like, look, I don't want to hate on Mustaine as much as it sounds like I do. I mean, I am a big Megadeth fan. They're definitely one of my top probably 5 bands ever. But he's a much better songwriter than this, or lyric writer than this. These lyrics stink. They stink on this. They stink on Hey God. They stink on Let There Be Shred. I Don't Care is just repetitive as shit. Just says, I don't care if you're falling off your skateboard, or whatever he says. You know, and why is he singing about losing his fucking teeth? Like, he even talked about that in the documentary, that was an actual something that happened to him. Like, he got a tooth knocked out or something, so he wrote about it in this song. So I'm saying this is not like a regular Megadeth record, and I guess maybe it's not supposed to be because it is the end of the road. But, you know, I don't really want an autobiographical Dave Mustaine record. Megadeth has always been more than that fucking guy. Even though he doesn't want to admit that, it's the truth. You know, when people talk about Rust in Peace, which you could either argue that or Peace Sells is their best, you know, but when people talk about those records, they don't just talk about Dave Mustaine. They talk about the band and the sound, especially Rust in Peace. They talk about Marty, and they talk about, you know, the rhythm section with Ellefson and Menza and whatnot. And it's like, dude, now it's all about you, I guess. It's like,
no, it is the Dave Mustaine show.
I guess. Just sucks. All right, here's another one. Made to Kill. Here we go. It sounds like Blackmail the Universe almost exactly, but it sounds like Megadeth.
Yeah, well, that's the first real Megadeth sounding song so far that I've heard.
Well, it's going to be the last, too, because the rest of them don't sound like that. So here, we'll play a little more. See, that's Megadeth.
Yeah.
That is, to me, the lone standout track on the whole album is Made to Kill. I like that one.
So what quote-unquote label does this come out on?
Black to Black, which is a new imprint of Frontiers.
Okay.
So Frontiers will throw it out there next to the Biohazard, and I'm sure they'll do a tour together or something.
Well, what I was thinking, you know, because of the timing of this album, and going back to the old school days, when before artists released a new record, they had a guy who would maybe critique the songs and go, you guys need to go back in the studio and tighten that one up. Well, I know it's not like that anymore, but my point is if there was such a thing as a real label with like A&R guys and stuff that were kind of in charge of Megadeth, you would think that there'd be a guy that would listen to the songs as they came out and said, Dave, this one's way too repetitive. Can we do something with this one a little bit? We're not releasing this record until we, have a strong,
dude. If they had an R&D team or an A&R guy rather that was listening to this stuff and giving these guys, they would have maybe got 3 of these songs through.
That's kind of what I was driving at there.
They would have got Made to Kill, probably would have got Puppet Parade, even though it's not a great song, and probably would have got Tipping Point through just because it does have the fucking blazing Mustaine and Timu solos in it. But all these other songs stink. It's just not that good. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Obey the Call. Another jewel. Here we go. Huh?
No, you're not there.
Yeah, exactly.
You just laugh. Ha ha, you bitch.
I'd love to have that instead of what we're getting here, because this stinks. But all right, here we go. Come on. It's so boring. It's not that it's awful. It's just not good.
Yeah.
Am I wrong on this? It's very average.
It doesn't knock your socks off.
No,
I mean, it's no Testament record. That's for sure.
I'm telling you, it reminds me a lot of The World Needs a Hero or Super Collider. Just their songs, they're recorded well enough that you'll recognize them as Megadeth, but they're not quite what you want from Megadeth.